Hello students, today's topic is chromosomal theory of inheritance. This theory was proposed by Walter Sutton and Theodore Boveri. They worked out the chromosome movement during the meiosis. The movement behavior of chromosome was parallel to the behavior of genes. The chromosome movement is used to explain the Mendel's law. Knowledge of the chromosomal segregation with Mendelian principle is known as the chromosomal theory of inheritance. According to this, the chromosome and genes are present in pairs in diploid cells. The homologous chromosomes separate during gamete formation during the process of meiosis. Fertilization restores the chromosome number to diploid condition. The chromosomal theory of inheritance shows the movement of alleles of the two genes. So let us see the chromosome. What does the chromosomal theory states? The two duplicated and paired homologous chromosome, a tetrad of 4 chromatids, are assembled at a metaphase of meiosis 1 and they get separated in two possible ways. There are two possible ways in which they get separated. Now here they have shown the possibility 1 and possibility 2. They have taken one long and short green chromosome and they have taken the long yellow and short red chromosome at the same pole. Now in possibility 2 they have taken one long orange and short red chromosome and they have taken the long yellow and short green chromosome at the same pole. Now during meiosis 1, at the anaphase, when the homologous chromosomes split and they move towards the opposite poles. During meiosis 2, we will see that the chromatids separate and move towards the opposite poles, as you can see in both of the cases. Now it leads to independent assortment of chromosome and genes they carry are in 4 possible ways. Now see, after meiosis 2, the 4 types of gametes are formed, each with half the number of chromosome and the genes. We have got the 4 of the chromatids at each of the poles now in 2 cells. Now, the two parental type and two new combinations are being formed in equal proportions of, that is 25% each. And two genes located on the separate chromosome produce 50% of recombinants during meiosis, and thus the phenotypic ratio in F2 generation will be 9:3:3:1. So this has led to independent assortment of chromosome, and each of the 4 gametes which will be formed, each will have half the number of chromosome and the genes. Each will have half the number of chromosome and the genes in both the possibilities. Now, Thomas Hunt Morgan and his colleagues conducted experimental verification of chromosomal theory of inheritance. Morgan worked out tiny fruit flies known as Drosophila melanogaster. This is the picture of Drosophila shown over here. This is how the female Drosophila looks. This is how the male Drosophila looks. The male Drosophila is smaller in size and the abdomen size is also very small as compared to the female. Why he selected Drosophila only? The reason behind is that it is suitable for genetic studies. It is grown on simple synthetic medium in the laboratory, and they complete their life cycle in about 2 weeks. A single mating could produce large number of progeny flies. Clear differentiation of male and female flies can be done, as we have seen. Many types of hereditary variations can be seen with the low power microscopes. Now we move on to the topic linkage. So the chromosomes which move as units during meiosis into the gametes. The chromosomes moves as unit during meiosis into the gametes, and all the genes present in the same chromosome will segregate a group or travel together from generation together. Either these genes which are present in the chromosome will segregate, or they will remain together and travel from generation to generation. This tendency of the genes to be present in the same chromosome, to stay together in the same chromosome in the hereditary transmission, is known as linkage. There are two types of linkage: complete linkage and incomplete linkage. Let us know what is complete linkage first. The genes which are closely located in a chromosome show complete linkage. Genes which are closely located in the chromosome, they show complete linkage, as they have no chances of separating by crossing over, and they are always transmitted together to the same gametes and the same offspring. For example, we have taken a double dominant female Drosophila homozygous for red eyes and normal wings, which is crossed with double recessive male Drosophila homozygous for purple eyes and vestigial wings. After crossing, we have got the F1 generation, which were all the flies which were heterozygous for red eye and normal wings. On performing the cross between the F1 generation, the flies, then we have got the F2 generation, which contains both the two types of flies, red eye normal wings and purple eye vestigial wing, in the ratio of 1:1. So there is no recombination type formed over here. Why? Because the linkage was so strong, linkage was complete, as the chromosomes, as the genes present in the chromosomes were closely related. So they have not separated in the crossing over. So there is no chance of recombination, as no crossing over has occurred. Now we move on to another type of linkage, incomplete linkage. So the genes which are distantly located in the chromosome show incomplete linkage, because they have a chance of separation by crossing over and of going into different gametes and offspring during the process of crossing over. For example, we have performed the crossing of double dominant sweet pea homozygous for blue flower and long pollens with the double recessive plant homozygous for red flower and round pollens. As a result, the F1 generation obtained was a dihybrid plant with blue flowers and long pollens, and are performing the crossing between the plants obtained in F1 generation. We have got the F2 generation, which is having the phenotypic ratio of 7:1:1:7. This shows that there have been process of recombination taking place over here. Recombinants are formed due to the incomplete linkage, which has led to the process of crossing over and transfer of the genes to different gametes. Now we move on to the chromosomal theory of linkage. According to the chromosomal theory of linkage, there are five postulates of this theory. The first one is that the genes lie in a linear order in a chromosome. The second is the genes which show linkage stay together in hereditary transmission and are located in the same chromosome. While the genes which tend to stay in parental combination except for occasional crossing over. The distance between the linked gene in the chromosome determines the strength of linkage, while the closely located genes show stronger linkage than the distant genes because latter are more likely to undergo crossing over than the former. Now we move on to another topic, recombination. The organism which express the characters of both the parents are known as recombinants, and the events responsible for mixing the maternal and paternal characters in sexually reproducing organism is known as recombination. So there are certain postulates we have just studied about the chromosomal theory of linkage. Now there are certain rules according to which the genes which are grouped in the same chromosome, some genes are tightly linked, they show less combination. The genes which are tightly linked, they show less combination as compared to the genes which are present in different chromosomes. The genes which are not closely related, they show higher recombination. The genes, example he has taken of the genes for white yellow shows are tightly linked, and they show the they have their transfer rate is of 1.3%. 1.3% of recombination they have shown, while the genes for white and miniature wing they have shown 37.2% of recombination. Student Alfred Stewart used the frequency of combination between the gene pairs on chromosome as a measure of the distance between the genes and mapped the gene position on the chromosome. So here with the help of diagram they have shown the. So here in cross A they have taken the genes Y for yellow and W for white, and the plus sign here shows the wild type, while in cross B they have taken gene W and gene M. W for white and M for miniature, while the plus symbol shows the wild type. Now, on performing cross A and cross B, the results which they have obtained is that the F1 generation they have obtained, and after that in F2 generation they have seen that the genes which were tightly linked, as you can see Y and W are tightly linked, and W and M in cross B are not so tightly linked, they are not so closely related. So the genes which were closely related in cross A have shown less recombination as compared to cross B. Genes present in cross B, W and M, they have shown more recombination as compared to cross A. So as a result we have obtained that in cross B the recombination occurs The more of the recombination occurs as compared to cross A. Why? Because the genes in cross A are closely related, so the chances of recombination becomes less. The chances of crossing over becomes less, of separating the genes during crossing over becomes less. While in cross B, since the genes are distantly located, so the crossing over, the genes getting transferred during crossing over increases, and the chances of recombination also increases. Now we move on to mutation. So, what is mutation? The phenotypic variation which occurs during the change in the gene or the DNA sequence is known as mutation. The organism that undergo mutation is called mutant. The phenomenon which result in alternation of DNA sequence and result in the change in genotype and phenotype is known as mutation. So, the mutation is of two types: chromosomal aberration or gene mutation, or frame shift mutation. Now, in chromosomal aberration, there is either the loss or the gain of a segment of DNA which result in alternation of chromosome, and this entire process is known as chromosomal aberration. While in gene mutation, the mutation takes place due to the change in a single base pair of DNA. So this is known as gene mutation or point mutation. Example is of sickle cell anemia is a very good example of it. The change is within a single base pair of the DNA. While we in frame shift mutation, the deletion or insertion of the base pair of DNA takes place. Either there is loss of the base pair of DNA or there will be insertion of the base pair of DNA in case of frame shift mutation. Another topic is pedigree analysis. The study of inheritance of genetic traits in several generations of a family is called pedigree analysis. The pedigree study is a strong tool of human genetics to trace the inheritance of a specific trait or abnormality or the genetic disease running in a family. Pedigree analysis of inheritance of traits is represented in the form of a family tree. It helps in genetic counseling to avoid any kind of genetic disorder in the future generation. So there are certain symbols by which the complete family chart is prepared of pedigree analysis. Square represents the male, circle is for female, and this type of symbol is for sex unspecified, while the colored square or colored circle represents the affected individual, the diseased individual, while this symbol is for mating, and this symbol shows that the mating is between the relatives. These are the parents, crossing between the parents, which has resulted into two offspring, one male and one female. The parents with the male child affected is the affected male is offspring is showing the colored square. The male offspring is affected is marked by the colored box. The identical twins are shown by this symbol, while the non-identical twins are shown by this symbol. Thank you.